Hi guys, welcome back to Phone a Friend News. I am one of your two hosts of the Ambassadors of Gaming, Chris,
And I'm Michael.
and we are, well, not so much him. I am so sorry this is taking forever to get up.
Super
Um,
late.
we normally record on Mondays, or we try to, as that hasn't happened in the
Yeah,
last few weeks.
dude, it's been
Um,
hell this
it
week.
usually happens on Tuesdays, but Tuesday was difficult for me. And then Wednesday had an issue with Mike. And then Thursday we were going to record, and then Mike was like, "Is there any way we can do it tomorrow?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah,
So here we
all
are.
the
For us
schoolwork.
today, it's I think it's Friday the 11th.
It
Yeah,
is.
Friday the 11th.
All the schoolwork
So,
and the division.
so and the
I
division,
blame the
but
division partially.
mostly schoolwork.
Yeah.
I hate my schedule. All of my classes are midday this semester. I hate it. But I got an A on my Spanish test, so
Congratulations.
congratulations.
Anyways. So
Have
what
we
we got?
explained congratulations to the audience?
Ah, I don't think so. If you watch
If
Jack's
you watch
films,
Your Grammar Sucks with
yeah, you'll
Jack's
know.
films,
You'll know.
someone completely butchered the spelling of congratulations. And it was like congratulations. And it was like congratulations to the point where it was Lions at the end.
It's the Lions.
Lions. Lions. So that's like one of my favorite words as of right now. Um, but anyway, we have some good news, some bad news, some news that really makes me mad, and I'm going to go ahead and get right into that. So, right here on geekygadgets.com, I can't see my camera feed. There we are.
There you go.
Well, that doesn't help me either. So I'm going to just move it over here. Basically, a bunch of SNES games are making their way to 3DS, which is awesome. Particularly, one that I was looking forward to was A Link to the Past. Um, I have A Link Between Worlds for my 3DS, and it was a really good game. Um, I got A Link to the Past on my Wii U, but it doesn't feel like a home console game. It feels like I should be like laying on a couch in school, like during my break, and I should be playing it. Like
Mm.
it doesn't feel quite right on the Wii U. So I'm like, yes, I have this really nice. I have the SNES, or not the SNES. I have the, ironically enough, the NES version of the 3DS,
Mm.
which I will actually get for you right now to show off. You all have probably seen it before. It is very nice.
Looks like
Mike's
the
getting Mike's
controller,
Mike's
right?
getting bored with me. It looks like
Yeah, it looks like that classic controller.
the classic NES controller. Real nice.
I like the
And
red
it's even
buttons though.
Yep, the red buttons are a nice feature, and it's even got a little red stylus.
Ooh.
So I was pumped up, and then here we are. Nintendo announced, which has a lot of people ticked off, including me, that these games will only run on the new 3DS.
Yeah, fuck you if you have an old one, apparently.
Like, I don't really understand that. Like, here was Nintendo's official statement. As previously announced, the new Nintendo 3DS has an improved CPU, which enables the Super SNES games to run on the system with quality results. The Super NES games also include Perfect Pixel Mode, which allows players to see their games in their original TV resolution and aspect ratio. Now, to quote a popular meme, even though I don't swear all that much, let me tell you why that's bullshit. Um, the 3DS is powerful in itself, and maybe not powerful by today's standards, but it's definitely powerful in comparison to the SNES and NES.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to the N64, it still has more power than the N64, but going up to the GameCube, it definitely gets difficult. Um, this is definitely a marketing stunt if I've ever seen one, because the new 3DS was released, and what it was really advertised for was for Smash, because I don't know if you've ever played real time 3DS 3DS online. It's really bad.
Yeah.
It is really bad, even with the best of connections. It's really terrible. Um, so they released this new 3DS and they're like, oh, this has a new CPU. We made the 3D finally work without giving you a brain hemorrhage. Um, but the thing is that there aren't really many games that they weren't selling them.
Hmm.
No, everyone already if they were gonna get a 3DS, they already had it. And so they started coming out with a few games that were 3DS exclusive. I think what Monster Hunter, not Monster Hunter 4,
Ultimate Edition or some bullshit like that.
Ultimate Edition, yeah. Ultimate Edition was new 3DS, so not really big titles.
Hmm.
Um, and I don't know, it's just really disappointing to me.
Mm.
That is complete BS. They're just trying to sell more new 3DSs, so of course they reach out to the people that used to play, that maybe don't have a console now. People that used to play Earthbound, or Earthbound's one of the confirmed games. Um, One of the big things, and this goes back to one of the big things of the reason they brought Super Mario Bros. Back on the Wii was because there was a huge number of people that used to play video games, like those classic Mario games, that didn't play
Hmm.
any video games anymore. So like, if we bring these games back, maybe more people will play them. And I feel like it's a similar thing right here. Like,
Hmm.
they want people that don't have a 3DS to play these games. And I was born in '93, so I'm a little too young to have really known the use of the NES and SNES. My first
Hmm.
console, I think, was when I was 4 or 5. No, I take that back. When I was like 7 or 8, and it was an N64. Um, but I'm babbling. The point is, this is just really crappy.
Well, the thing
They
that, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
Go
off.
ahead.
I was
Go
doing
ahead. No,
research while you were doing that.
well, I
The
was rambling.
Yeah, so the new 3DS, the thing that sucks about it is there's only 6 different models of it. Like that's it.
Well, yeah, there's not really much. I think I might be able to count these on one hand, or on two hands because there's six. I don't
Yeah.
have a six finger. Um, there's the black.
Mm.
Wait, are you talking about the XL?
The XL, the new 3DS XL.
Okay. There is the Majora's Mask.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Hyrule Edition.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's the red.
Mm-hmm.
There's the black.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the Animal Crossing one.
Is there an Animal Crossing one?
Yeah, there's a white one.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it in
Yeah,
these ones I looked.
there's a,
Okay, so I was
there's a
wrong. There's probably 7.
yeah. The point is that
And the Monster Hunter one. That's it.
yeah. Um,
So you don't even get a lot of
so
choice.
yeah. I just it's very clearly a marketing stunt. The 3DS, the normal 3DS, is way more than capable of playing an SNES game.
No, fuck you.
If they can basically emulate with minor modification Nintendo 64 games and put them onto a 3DS, there is no reason.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's ridiculous. I
It
have
is.
I have I have Ocarina of Time for my 3DS. I have Majora's Mask on my 3DS, and I know that those are modified. But the reality is that they're modified, and they are even bigger than the first games were from their
Yeah.
modifications.
Yeah, I
So
think
there's
so.
so right there, there's your proof right there. There's no reason that you can't run these games on 3DS except for the fact that they don't want you to. They want you to get a new 3DS because no one's buying them, and I think it's just really crappy. It's not nice,
That
and I'm
is.
very disappointed.
It is. It's kind of mean. I don't know. It's
I
like.
say this knowing full well that the I say this knowing full well that A Link to the Past and Earthbound and Donkey Kong Country were all originally on the SNES and then moved to the handheld. But I played them on the handheld. I played
Yeah.
Link to the Past and Donkey Kong Country on the Game Boy Advanced SP.
Yeah.
That was my first handheld gaming console, and I loved it. It was lime green.
Oh, that was the first one you had.
That was
the
the
SP?
first handheld I have.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
That's
And
surprising.
then I had a white DS Lite, and
Mm.
I dropped it, and I broke the hinge, and I cried. And then I'm super careful with my things now. Ask Michael.
Yeah.
Way too careful
Did you
with my
ever
things.
do the DSi? Or
No,
you were like,
didn't know
no, fuck the
that.
DSi.
No, I had a DS Lite,
Mm.
a white one, broke the hinge, cried, got a black one. I think I sold that one. And then there was kind of a period that I would only play like Xbox 360
Yeah.
when it came to games. And then um, around the time Pokemon X and Y came out, I got a little bit before X and Y came out, I bought a new 3DS. Or I take that back. I got a 3DS XL with Animal Crossing,
Mm-hmm.
and then I didn't like the size of the I didn't like the way the pixels looked on the XL, so I sold it and got a small one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wanted to play Smash on a big one, so then I sold that one and got my current silver
Yeah.
one. Um,
And then Nintendo was like, "Fuck you, buy the new one."
yeah, but at least with the DSi, there weren't dedicated games for it.
True, but it ran the 3DS software.
Yeah, but the point I'm trying to
Um,
make is that there were the games weren't like you could still play those same games that you can play on a DSi
yeah.
that were advertised for DSi on the DS.
You wanna know what's weird? The only handheld two, the only two handhelds I've never had from Nintendo are the original Game Boy, and the Macro. Yeah, the Macro, the Game Boy Macro.
Oh my gosh, my cousin Joey had a Game Boy Micro.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Micro. It's
The Game Boy
super
Micro.
It's like
Yeah,
it looks like an old fucking Digimon game. Or
it looks like one of the handhelds you
Digivice.
get in a McDonald's Happy Meal.
yeah, yeah. I
And
remember
it would
that.
play Game Boy Advance games, and it was really cool.
Yeah.
One of the things I do want to get my hands on, piece of gaming history, is the Nintendo Virtual Boy. I want one. It's a piece of gaming history, and if you don't know what it is, look it up. I'm giving you a reason to learn something. I'm not just going to
Yeah.
give you the answer. This is why the other countries are beating us. Go learn something. Okay, moving on from Nintendo.
Anyways, my turn.
Yes, it is your turn. Now
So
that I'm done babbling.
this game came out this week called The Division, and
What's the division, Michael?
it made some people very very happy at Ubisoft that were sitting in their chairs, petting their cats, counting their stacks of money. They're very very happy about it. They said that The Division broke their sales record for fastest selling new title. Not their highest selling title, but for a brand new like in a series, it broke the record they had for it. And let's see here. I'm just trying to get to the exact quote. They didn't provide any specific numbers. They just said that they had millions of players engaged in the Division's game world at times. And the exact quote from Gamont is, "The launch of the Division is a tremendous achievement for Ubisoft, and demonstrates our unrivaled capacity to create fantastic new game brands and transform them into entertainment blockbusters." The Division is very good. It's fun.
I think it's fun.
I had a lot of problems with servers for the first couple of days, but they kind of worked it out after they did an update yesterday and did some server maintenance. I've heard it's a lot better now. And then the other thing I want to talk about with the Division is, with any MMO, there's going to be dicks.
Oh my gosh, you're talking about the laptop
I
thing?
am talking about the laptop.
I love the laptop
If
thing.
you haven't heard, so in the basically the tutorial area of the Division, the first area you go into, you have to go to a laptop to activate your agent, and when you do so, it's the first time you interact with other people. Like, it puts you in a lobby full of other people in the game world, and so it's just like a clusterfuck around, or at least it was on launch day, around the computer. And
Can
so,
I pause you just for a second?
go ahead.
The best part about this is it shows how bad humanity really is, especially the bottom feeders of gamers.
Yeah, it's
Humans suck. Humans are terrible. We're awful creatures.
Yeah, we can be pretty shitty. So, anyway, so it was a bitch to get to the laptop sometimes for some people, and then some dickheads decided it would be funny to just block off the only exit from the building, and you just couldn't get through. And it was like, and so people were trying to figure out how to do it, and then they eventually figured out the workaround, which was you could just run through them. And now there's like, I forget what it is. It's a certain oh, you don't have to go inside anymore to the laptop to activate your agent anymore. They changed it because people are assholes.
They should have realized they had
Yeah.
to compensate for asshole people.
Yeah. Anyway, so there was another reaction to this after that happened, and it's just
Now it's the opposite.
Yeah, now there's people just lining up in an order, in an orderly, nice fashioned line, taking their turns, I'm like, this is fucking hilarious. It's like,
Yeah, but we have a picture. You should put a link to the picture
I
in that
will.
thing that
I'll put the
shows
picture up.
all the people lining up.
It's
I
so
love that.
fucking good. Like it's so funny.
It's a legitimate line. It looks like we're like in elementary school going to music class.
Yeah.
Remember, Mike, did you ever have to do recorder karate?
No, I did recorder
Oh,
shit, but never recorder karate.
all right.
Sounds
It was called recorder
weird.
karate because
Okay.
you would earn like they'd take this little piece of uh, you use yarn to crochet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They'd wrap this little piece of yarn around your recorder, and you'd start out with like the lowest, and then as you did like more complicated songs, they would give you like a another band.
Oh. So okay, so like the belts.
Yeah, and
Okay,
you
I
could
got
get
it.
like a black belt in it. I mean, they called it recorder karate, but that's
That's
what it makes me think of.
that's fucking hilarious. But yeah,
Uh,
I'm pretty proud of the community here. I'm fixing themselves, organizing themselves, get saying fuck these guys. We're gonna just be civilized here. Now, granted, this picture
yeah.
is from the PC version, so I don't know if it was all things, but
Oh,
that's what it
gamers
seems
of all
like.
kinds are assholes.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter what thing you
We're all
play on.
assholes. I
There's
am a
some
gamer.
assholes
I'm
on
an
there.
asshole.
Yeah.
God, I'm swearing a lot this episode.
Uh,
I try not to swear. It makes me seem like my vocabulary is very little.
mhm.
Um, but yeah, I'm sorry.
Anyways, the reason this was funny was because of that, and then the division also takes place in post-apocalyptic New York City, and people are
So
still
where
trying.
everything is all chaotic. Oh, we got to make sure we line up to get
No,
our
we
guns.
have to be in a fucking line.
Right, we have to be civilized.
That's why it was funny. I like hearing stuff like that because normally you just hear about shit like people hacking people's stuff and destroying, their game files and shit like that.
Yeah, it's nice to see something nice done,
Yeah,
even
exactly.
though it preceded a bunch of people being meanies.
Yeah, being a fucking dick.
But if you haven't played it yet, it's really good. But I do have a concern about it. Um, it is essentially what Destiny is to Bungie. It is the same style, except it's third person.
Yeah, cover system.
Now, the really annoying thing is that when Destiny came out, like when people were first starting to play it, it was really, really good.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's
It was
still good. It's just that you
it's
burn
not that
through it.
it's yeah, people burned through it and then they're like, okay, I want more. And the thing is that there wasn't really anything else to do aside from play like the same strikes over and
Yeah,
over and over. So like, okay, we'll release this tiny little map pack, or not map pack. What am I thinking? Expansion,
expansion. Yeah.
if you can even call it that.
No, they released
Um,
the raid, then the expansion. They came
yeah.
out with the raid a
Um,
month later, and then they came out with the expansion like 4 months later. Anyways, go ahead.
but basically, when something is really good, people want to keep playing it, but then they get bored. They're like, well, I
Exactly.
need new stuff on it to do, and that's the big issue Bungie has. Is that they left their people wanting too much.
Mm-hmm.
And now when people were only released The Dark Below or House of Wolves, which were the first two expansions, which were really small, both of them were
Mm-hmm.
really small. Um, it was just kind of, okay, this is it. Like,
Yeah.
we want more. And then The Taken King came out, and yeah, people blew through that. And now people are like, it's going to take forever to get another expansion. Everyone gets mad.
Yeah.
And right now, the division is really cool. Right now, it's really good. And I'm fearing the same thing. I'm fearing that people are going to absolutely blow through it, and they're going to go, okay, now I want more.
Yeah.
Where's the rest?
Well, the problem is we're not used to having big MMOs on console yet. So
No.
like we don't know
Destiny
how to
was the
pace
first.
ourselves. When we get games, we're used to you start the game, you beat the game, that's it. There's usually not any extra bullshit, and if there is, once you complete that shit, it's done. Like the game's over. There's nothing else for you to do.
I
But
feel
they kind of like string you along a little bit. But I'm not as concerned with that with the division. Like I'm taking it slow. Like I've probably only put in like 15 or 20 hours. And I'm only
I
like
haven't
level
even put in
13.
that much. I've put in like 5
Yeah.
or 6. But I did for the first time play by myself yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's still moderately fun by yourself, but it's
It's
just
hard.
better.
It is definitely not easy.
No, if you're not healing yourself, you're gonna have a
Yeah.
bad time.
But I have been upgrading my areas in the base real quickly though.
Yeah, I feel the base leveling up.
They
If
made that really easy
Yeah, I feel like it's too easy almost.
to the point. Yeah, it is too easy to the point where like you don't even have to be halfway through the game to get everything leveled up.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
I already have 60% of the medical wing done.
I have like completion wise, I think I'm at like 50% of everything.
Yeah. I've been
Like,
doing a lot of medical missions.
yeah, it's weird though.
Um, but just so you guys know, give us a comment, and if you want, I can give you like I know this is completely random, but I was trying to think of other things we could do for our viewers. If you want, I can show you my setup. I see these setup tours online. I mean, it's not really much of a tour. It's literally just this
Here's my
area.
computer.
But I have it. Ask Mike. I have it very well decorated,
Sure.
very well organized. It is a nice area.
I have seen your decorated area. My
It is,
area looks like a slob's. So,
like I said, I try. I like organization, even if it's not always clean. I like
mm,
at least I like knowing something has a designated place.
sure.
But leave us a comment, and if you want to see, I'll show you the goods.
Ooh.
That sounded stupid.
All right.
Mildly
Move us
erotic.
on. Yeah, I know, right? Move us on to the third topic. Or the
This is
third
pretty
story.
awesome. Okay,
Pretty shitty, but pretty awesome.
Lionhead Studios. I think the initially this is gonna sound bad, but it's kind of really funny.
Mm,
Okay, so Microsoft shut down Lionhead Studios, and if you don't know what Lionhead Studios is, they create the Fable series.
mm-hmm.
Um, they were, I think, at the time working on an online free to play Fable called Fable Legends, and this
Mm-hmm.
game was almost done.
Yeah, it had beta tested a couple times
They
already.
beta tested a couple times to the point where it was almost finished. And what Mike and I were discussing, what Mike thinks is that the beta didn't bring in enough numbers for people that really wanted to play it.
Mm.
And so Microsoft was like, well, this isn't really worth producing. And then when it got to the point, it's like, well, we have this whole staff hired on,
We just paid them a
but
bunch of money. We're gonna have to pay them another large sum of
bunch
money
of
to make
money.
another game.
So they just went, sorry, guys, you're done.
Yeah, they just
And they
botched them.
they closed them down. Everyone got fired. But here's the kicker, and I like this. So Sony on their Twitter, Mike, can you bring up Twitter?
I have the tweet right here. It's in the article.
Yeah, read me the tweet.
Okay,
This is awesome.
so this is from the Twitter handle at PlayStation Jobs, and the exact tweet is we're having a hashtag recruitment event in Guildford for everyone at hashtag Lionhead Studios on Monday. Please come along for a drink and a chat. And then it goes on to say you can direct message them. There's going to be people from all Sony Computer and Entertainment Studios, and if you'd like to book a time for a chat, please DM for details. They're just straight up going after Microsoft's employees, like ex-employees. They're like, we'll take them.
I don't know if it's so much a pissing match, as they say. I think that
Well, Fable made a lot of money for a
it
long
didn't make a lot
time.
of money, but people forget what Microsoft is. Microsoft a is not a gaming company. It has a part of it that is a gaming
Yeah,
company.
yeah.
Microsoft has their hands dipped into like everything.
Yeah, they have
Microsoft
phones,
Microsoft
hardware.
technology is all over the world in everything. I work
Yeah.
at a Steak and Shake. The system, the computer I use to enter in food orders is Microsoft.
Hmm.
Our cashier system is Microsoft. You go to any retail store,
And their
their
operating
system,
system is run by
their
Microsoft.
their their operating system is designed by a subsidiary of Microsoft. Um, they have their hands in everything. Sony does not have its hands dipped into even close to the amount of what Microsoft is. So Microsoft,
Eh,
but what I'm saying is Sony isn't everywhere. Sony is an entertainment company.
No, Sony makes TVs and they make fridges and they make a
Not
lot of different shit.
They make a lot of different stuff, but nowhere near Microsoft. Microsoft
Yeah, I
is
don't think they're on par with Microsoft. Yeah,
not even close. Um,
when it comes to
a
the amount of
a
products.
Sony refrigerator. Oh my goodness.
They have. I think I'm pretty sure
Makes you
there's a
think of
Sony
Pimp My
fridge.
Ride. We put a TV in your fridge. We put a TV on the ice maker.
We put a TV in your fridge and a fridge in your TV.
And a fridge. But the point I'm trying to make is I'm sure Microsoft runs theirs a little bit more. Uh, I don't want to say it's not that Sony isn't worried about money, but I say Microsoft is way more worried about money.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, all these companies, no one wants to go down in profits.
Mm-hmm.
So of course they're like, okay, guys, sorry. And if it was up to me, I'm pretty sure Microsoft didn't really want to fire them. They're game developers, and they've created three good games. How many Fables were there?
Three, maybe four. This was gonna be like the fifth one,
Yeah.
I think.
And
Technically,
all of those games did awesome. And
for the most
Microsoft
part.
knows that, but it was one of those things. It's like, well, we have to think of our numbers. Like, how's it going to look if we completely botch a game, and we have to put a whole bunch more money into it? And Sony recognizes the talent too, so they're like, come work for us.
Yeah, they're
You
like,
guys,
fuck, you guys made Fable. We could use more new game
exactly.
titles.
Like we want your creative. Like it was the same thing with Bungie and Destiny. Like after Halo was made, everyone was like, "What is Bungie gonna make now?"
And
Like
Activision was like, yo, we'll sign you a really huge contract. You just have to sell us your souls.
I was just about to. I was gonna make a joke. Damn it! I was gonna say, "Yep, just sign here, and you can sign your soul away." But no, Mike, damn it,
No,
Mike.
Activision's not really that bad. They make some shitty business. They make good business decisions, but maybe not the best for their customers sometimes.
Keep in mind, I know I've discussed this before, but Bungie had full control over Halo.
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft was quite literally like, we don't know how to make games. We're leaving this up to you. Keep in mind that Halo was a big title for the original Xbox. So at that time, they knew nothing about gaming. Modern gaming was just starting, like online
Mm-hmm.
gaming. Um, so they're like, we don't know anything about gaming, so you guys do it, you know? And the only thing I believe that Microsoft changed was the title of Halo. And it was changed from Halo to Halo Combat Evolved to compete with Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And then when Activision took control of Bungie, Bungie had been spoiled by that creative freedom, and all of a sudden here they are with a company that sold them a huge contract, but all of a sudden is like, okay, like you don't control the game. This is our game, and you're just working on it,
Mm-hmm.
which kind of sucks. But we're not going to get into
Yeah.
Bungie right now because I could go in there forever. The point
Exactly.
is that hopefully we haven't seen the end of games like Fable, because those were good games.
Yeah, those I
I,
liked Fable.
I particularly loved Fable 2.
I only played the first one, and the first one apparently was the shittiest one.
I played Fable 2 on 360 from download.
I heard Fable 3 wasn't that good too. I heard a lot of bad things about Fable 3, but I don't know about that.
You are not helping my argument here. I'm trying to say,
I'm not
hey,
saying it wasn't a good game. I'm just saying people bitch like they always do.
people will always people, not just gamers, anyone will complain about anything.
You know what I've never heard complaints about?
Mm.
Fucking Rocket League. I was gonna segue in, and then I was like, "Nah, this is too much of an awkward segue." I changed
Okay.
my mind.
Rocket League is our next subject. Go ahead, Mike.
It is. So Rocket League, those crazy bastards that brought us soccer with cars, decided, you know what? We're going all in. Going all in on this.
What's with the gesture?
They're
What are you
grabbing the
doing?
bull by the balls, not by the horn, by the balls. These guys are ballsy. So, anyways.
I didn't. Yeah, that was stupid. Go.
Anyways, their March Madness is coming up for college basketball. So, the Rocket League Twitter posted out a teaser of what they were working on, and they're adding a basketball mode. I think they already have hockey, so I'm like they're just gonna take all the free flowing sports. Like you can't do it with football because football is like turn order kind of thing. American football, I'm sorry. Um, but I like it. I think it's a good idea.
It is an interesting idea. Have you guys? Well, I don't even know why I'm asking. I'll ask Mike because he's the only one that'll answer me. Um, you ever heard the idea of something being good on paper, but then not turning out to be good?
Yeah, yeah,
Like the idea was solid, but it just didn't work out in the
yeah,
real
yeah.
world. I feel like this is the inverse.
It sounds really stupid,
It
but it
sounds
works out really
so
good.
stupid. It's like soccer with cars. It's like, well, what? What? That sounds stupid. That sounds really ridiculous. But Rocket League is fun. It is the inverse of that, which is the first thing I've ever seen.
They I described somebody. I was talking to somebody the other day. I was like, I replayed Rocket League the other day, and I was like, the gameplay mechanics of that game are like crack. Just like they're just, it's so fun to play. I don't know why, but it's just so fun to play. It's so simple. I sat there for like 2 hours playing Rocket League, and I looked at the time. I was like, oh shit, I've been playing for a lot longer than I wanted. I wanted to play like 2 games. I just kept going. It's fun though. And so the basketball thing, anyways, I'm looking at it here. So instead of, it still got the backboard, obviously, but in normal Rocket League, there's just the goal, right? You just have to get it into the goal. This one, it's a ramp. It builds up a ramp around the hoop for the ring, and then, so I mean, you could try to slide it up there, but it's not gonna work nearly as well as if you just try to like bump it in there.
Yeah.
So I mean, that works out really good because there's a lot of people that play in that style with just like doing aerials and shit. So
I think it's a cool idea, especially they have like a hockey mode,
yeah.
which I think is really cool, which I actually prefer. I feel like a lot of the reason some matches in Rocket League take so long in the normal like soccer mode is that the ball is always like as soon as a car hits it hard enough, it goes flying into the air.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I feel like with the ball staying on the ground or the puck being stationary, and not flying up, it can make the game go a lot smoother. It's like air hockey.
Yeah, I haven't played it because every time I try to, nobody like wants to. But I'm trying to see if this was a permanent thing, because I don't know if they're going to be events. You know what I mean? Like, oh well, when we bring in basketball, we're going to take away hockey.
Oh yeah, you don't know if it's there to stay.
I don't know if it's there to stay. I didn't look that in depth into it. I would hope so. I'm assuming so, because the hockey one started, I think, before Christmas. It said, and it's still here in March. So, I hope they keep it. That would be cool.
As do I.
So, props to them.
Yep. But anyway, that is all we have today. I'm going to get the heck out of here and play some Pokemon Red. Ooh. I'm pretty sure Mike still has not purchased Pokemon Yellow, even though he says he will.
Nah, I've been broke.
It's $10, Michael.
I only get like $30 a week to spend on
here's what you do. You don't buy fast food.
Okay.
And then you save that money you would spend on fast food over 2 days and buy Pokemon Yellow.
But I still have to buy food.
We still have to go to the food at the house. I sound like a parent on their way home from the grocery store when a kid's like, "I want McDonald's." Like, we have food at home. Play with me.
I prefer going to the store and buying food.
Play with me, Michael.
I like to go buy pizzas.
Okay, I stopped caring about this. Check out our other videos, more of Mike's. I've been busy lately with this current semester, and I've been really bad with uploading. But we're definitely going to try and upload a Zombies video, definitely playing the new Zombies map. We have a friend, Mr. Wiley, we've mentioned in a few videos. We're going to see if we can get him to... we're going to try and see how long we can last. And then what else? I want to play more Night Squad. I love playing Night Squad. Yeah, we could. And since it was free to download, how much is it now? What, like $5 or $10?
$5 or $10. Super cheap. It's so much fun though.
Right, it's fun. We just need more people to play. But anyway, we're gonna get out of here. I am Ambassador Chris.
I'm Ambassador Michael.
We'll see you the next time. Bye.